to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. With me, I have Alana Helapitage. See, I said that so well.
You did. Exceptionally well.
How you doing, Alana?
I'm
How are
well.
you? And you're actually a returning guest.
I am.
And you're a returning guest because we love what you do. You're a writer and you inspire women.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit more.
So I founded my business, A Shared Path, back in 2015, just about a year and a half ago. And to be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing, except I knew that I had to serve women with my writing who were making a difference. And from that very basic mission, I evolved a business that really helps conscious entrepreneurs connect the essence of who they are and what they do with their audience in a way that they can feel confident saying, "This is me." And so I provide a range of writing and speaking services for that purpose.
Give me a sample, for instance, of the writing services that you provide.
One of the key things that women come to me for are their About Me pages on their websites. Like I mentioned to you in our last session, so many women, no matter how connected they are to what they do, no matter how successful, there's this anxiety around saying, "Hi world, this is me."
Right.
You know, it's such a fine line between arrogance and sales and sleaziness and authenticity and power, and I can serve you. And so it's my privilege really to help them do the latter.
So what you're saying is, you help someone, you help all these women promote themselves without the arrogance or without the message being distorted as being arrogant, but rather as being confident.
Yes.
And there is a fine line
Yes.
between arrogance and self-confidence, isn't it?
Yeah, it can come across that way because we live in a culture where we're bombarded by advertisements. And so, especially with my generation, millennials, it's almost as though we don't know the difference between an advertisement and someone conveying a sincere message. So yes, of course, if you have a business, you have to sell.
Right.
But how do you do that in a way that feels like there's someone in front of you who is so committed to serving you and connecting with you as a human being? And my mission and my gift is to translate that into writing for the women.
That is a very difficult task. That's
Yeah.
a very difficult mission. And like you said, in this age of Snapchat and very quick messages, in the abundance of messages that technology has provided us, how do we disseminate the shaft from the true and real message? That is a challenge, and you do it through your writing then.
Yes. Yes, I do it through my writing. And so whenever I'm working with a client, I try as much as I can to work with them in person. You can discover so much about the mannerism. They might have a turn of phrase that didn't even have to do with the question you asked them. To really get a full sense of who they are, not only in the business, but as a full human being, so that I can take the key details and really form that into something that feels inherent to who they are. And I'm very proud to consistently get the message, "Oh, this feels like me," and other people who know that person, "Oh, I can see this person on this page." And so it has a way of attracting the right audience organically when you're able to capture that.
We have only a few seconds to capture a message. To be able to be captured by the message itself, how do you achieve that?
There's not one straight answer. There really isn't. But what I can say overall to any entrepreneurs, whether or not you choose to work with me, is make sure that you're demonstrating visuals, photography that conveys who you are in your style, your brand, and really marry that with words, with mantras, with headlines that speak to the phrases that you use most often with your clients. So when you have that basic framework, the story hangs off that. So really pay attention to how you speak, how you present yourself when you feel at your best, and combine visuals and messages that convey that. And don't be so hooked on, will they like it, will this sell? That comes with the authenticity.
Words are very powerful, and of course images are very powerful, and videos, to say the least, are incredibly powerful, and they convey the message in a very authentic way, naturally. To marriage those three aspects, the word, the photo, the video, you accomplish that by sitting with a client, interviewing the client. Do you do this also virtually? I mean, do you visit your clients through Skype, or do you prefer to visit your clients in person?
Whenever I can see them in person, that's optimal. I do accept clients who are out of the state and even out of the country, so virtual is fine too. But whenever possible, I want to see the person, because there's that old adage, 80% of communication is non-verbal.
Sure.
So you can detect like these subtle idiosyncrasies and translate that into the words. So it's not just what's coming out of their mouth, but okay, what else? What other messages am I getting that I can use to flesh out this story?
When did you find out that you had this gift of being able to translate a message with, the words and with the type of approach that you have?
I think I always knew. It was just a matter of realizing and going, okay, let's just experiment. Like I said before earlier, I didn't even know what I was really doing in the beginning, except that I had this calling to build relationships and to really celebrate and promote women. And so it was just a matter of going for it, but I always knew.
What has been the response from the market? From the women that you've assisted in helping achieve their goals?
The most consistent message I get is, this conveys the essence of who I am. You've got into my head. You've got into my head. It's as if you were reading my mind, that kind of thing.
And that is spectacular. Now, you decided to make this a business back in 2015. What did you do before as an entrepreneur?
So I wasn't an entrepreneur before. I never even knew I would identify as being one. I had jobs in non-profit, in education, and I always wrote. I always had to
Writing
write.
has been your passion always, then.
Yes. So it was just a matter, like I said before, giving yourself permission to put yourself out there in the way that you're called to do. Allow yourself to go through the trial and error and the vulnerability that it takes to really realize what the mission is. You don't necessarily have to have everything figured out beforehand, because I certainly didn't.
And as you're going through this journey of entrepreneurship and of applying your knowledge and your passion, helping other people, what do you find as one of the biggest, or if not the biggest, obstacle that you face as an entrepreneur? Not as a writer, because as a writer, certainly, you have the gift, but as an entrepreneur, what is your biggest obstacle at this point?
Making a consistent income. It's difficult because when you're in your initial phases, you know, you're volunteering your services, you're accepting a lot of free engagements. You have entrepreneurs in a similar position who may not have the funds to pay me, and I have to navigate that delicate terrain of I want to help, but no, I need to demand money. And it's been this incredible journey of translating my value as a human being and as an entrepreneur into financial terms, and being confident in that and standing my ground and being able to accept rejection, knowing that in standing firm the right clients will come to me, and that's the only way that I'll be able to build a financially sustainable business.
It is that determination that really will take you far. The message that we receive from a great number of entrepreneurs that we've interviewed, Alana, is never give up, be resilient, and just follow the dream, follow your dream. I do believe that what you do, the content creation, writing, getting the message, the right message out, getting inside people's heads, like you're saying, and being able to translate what is in my mind into words that are going to capture the imagination and hopefully the pocket of somebody else. At the end of the day, I mean, as crude as it may sound, the reality is that we live in a capitalistic system where you have to translate your talents into something that will be sustainable. Mm-hmm. But your ability to do that, I believe, will certainly be sustainable in and of itself in the future. And with whatever help that we can do and the clients that we can send to you for assistance, man, you can count on that. Because I do believe that what you do is incredibly important.
Thank you.
You're also a public speaker?
Yes, and I need to commit more to that, but because I started in education, and I'm almost a natural actress. I mean, my dad would tell me since I was a toddler, they would put a camera on me and, you know, it's the...
Well, there's your camera right there. Exactly, so you're doing it.
I've always loved it, and so that, I just thrive on that energy, and so to be able to ground that into my skills, with my skills as an educator, with my skills as a writer, so I know how to convey a clear message, so I know how to connect, it's been invaluable, and I really look forward to building the speaking side of what I do, because most of it now has been focused on the writing.
Phenomenal.
Thank you.
We love having you here. The sad part about the show is that we're only this much,
I know.
You know, and the time goes by so fast, particularly with fascinating people such as yourself.
Thank you.
You're always welcome to come back, and anything that we can do from our end to advance your venture and your business, that's what we're here for.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Alana. And maybe some speaking engagement, who knows? Maybe that's in the cards in the future.
Right.
Why not? Right over here, somewhere in the office file. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that. With that, we're out.